Dr. Quinn, thank you for being with us.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Now, we heard earlier in the show that some vitamin supplements like zinc and vitamin D can help treat coronavirus or maybe even help protect you from it. How effective are these kinds of treatments and how would it help?
Well, the research is still out, but there's been a lot of research over the years that have shown a strong correlation between having sufficient levels of vitamin D and a stronger immune system. And we know through the research of coronavirus so far that if the individual's immune system is compromised, not to optimal strength, then that individual is quite at a disadvantage and vulnerable, and they can lose their lives. So anything we can do to build up our immune systems, including increasing our vitamin D levels, that can be very beneficial.
Dr. Quinn, we also just heard a report about using convalescent plasma to help treat the virus. How effective is that?
Very, very effective. The research is very good. It's showing that individuals that receive this plasma, now this plasma is received from individuals who contracted COVID-19, fought it off, built those antibodies that have proven to be effective and survived. And now they're providing these antibodies to individuals that may have COVID-19 that might not have these strong antibodies, but these proven antibodies are now being introduced to maybe someone that's more vulnerable that might not have an immune system that can produce these antibodies, and these people are getting miraculous recovery. So this is very, very promising.
Let me throw in one more question real quick, Mel. I know you got one, but do you know how long it takes to give these antibodies?
Well, it depends. I mean, with these vaccinations, the Pfizer vaccine, they're saying 4 to 6 weeks, as well as the Moderna. Once you contract COVID-19, either you produce these antibodies, it usually takes about 4 to 6 weeks typically. And that's pretty much the same with the vaccines. But the take home is the more people that we can get some immune response to, the closer we can get to that herd immunity that we really need right now.
Okay.
Well, we've heard a lot about working to get herd immunity. Now, what is exactly herd immunity and how do we get it?
Herd immunity is a scenario where so many people in the population have some form of immunity. They can obtain this immunity from contracting COVID-19 and developing it naturally by your body, building these antibodies. Now they're in your system. Now you have some protection, or you can get the immunity from getting the vaccine, developing the antibodies. But the take home is, once we get enough individuals, a high enough percentage, and for coronavirus, it's being predicted by our analysts that we're shooting for anywhere from 65 to 75%, then we'll have some level of herd immunity so that if an individual has coronavirus, then another person comes into contact. If they have that immunity, there's less of a chance that they'll contract it and serve as a carrier and pass it on and pass it on. Once we get enough people with immunity, now the virus can't be passed from person to person, and now we can drastically slow down the infection and save a lot of lives.
I guess it would be kind of like what we have with polio and measles. We have enough people who have the immunity to it or the vaccine that it doesn't pass through the society like it used to. So.
That's very correct. Very correct.
Good. I'll take my degree now. Thank you, Dr. Quinn. Hey, Dr. Quinn, thank you for joining us this afternoon. It's always a pleasure to have you on. It's always a treat.
We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you.